Hey, y'all. It's your girl Shell here. And we don't have any youth today because y'all already know it's no school and the kids are doing their own thing. They ain't even want to be bothered. So I didn't want to stress them out. They got their time to do them. So I figure we would take this time to do what we need to do and address the problems that we have as a community and as adults. Um, I think that we need to have a discussion on what it is that we should do to save our youth. We have so many children, so many youth, so many young that are going through a billion different situations, and a lot of us are looking the other way. Some of us do not realize that it takes a village to raise a child, and our youth need us now more than ever. So I'm just wondering, like, what are we as a community, we as a people, what are we gonna do? What do you think that we can do? What is the problem? What is the solution? Are you trying to be a part of it? Are you trying to just continue looking the other way as if our youth are not our future? Um, I don't know if it is just not recognized, if people are not paying attention, if, again, we are just completely unaware that we have to take responsibility and realize that we have to do something about our youth, and the challenges that they are facing in society today, in our community. They have a voice, they have um, an opinion about everything that's happening, and we need to make sure that we take time to, I'm sorry, something is on my glasses. We need to make sure that we take time to actually address these situations. A lot of our kids are facing challenges at home, facing challenges at school, facing challenges within themselves. And that's the most important part, is that they are facing challenges within themselves. Some of them don't even know where they come from. Some of them don't even know what the problem is, because a lot of things that are going on is just the norm and is not okay. Um, there is there's abuse that's happening to our kids psychologically, physically, emotionally, sexually, and a lot of us are not doing anything, and we could. So I think that it's time that we all stand up and actually do something, or say something about what's happening to our youth. I see we got 5 viewers. Anybody got anything that they like to say or want to comment about what's happening? What can we do? Like, if we have a voice also, we have people that are behind us, but nobody's taking the time to do anything. Nobody's taking action. We're not looking into. I remember my mother was nosy. I couldn't hide nothing from her. She was in my book bag after school. If I had a phone, she would have been in it. It wasn't no, you have a pager and I can't see what's happening. Our parents are giving these youth way too much freedom. My mother would be in my room. I come home from school and she be in there. Why this in here? Why this ain't cleaned up like I said? How come you got this put here and I told you to do this? We need to start being in our kids' business. And that is a lot of what the problem is. Um, and we need to make sure that we are addressing the situations. We got Kariba McMillan who says, I think that parental figures need to be more involved. Yes, they do. Hey, Ty, that's one of the most important things, is that we need to be in our kids' business. We need to be in our lives. We need to be focused on them. Before we take that time to get dressed and hit the club or the bar or the social scene, we need to make sure that we put in our kids where they at, where they supposed to be, and checking and making sure. I remember the news used to come on at 11 o'clock and say, it's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? That don't even happen no more. And nobody even gets reminded to say, where are your children? Have you looked for them? No. And I think that's the most important part of us is doing what we have to do, is actually being involved. Parents nowadays are their best friends with their kids and let their kids control them. Come on now, you better say it. It's so important to be your friend, to get likes and making sure that y'all dressed alike and we on the social scene and everything, and nobody's paying attention to what's actually happening and could be done in the home. Adults should, come on, y'all saying the same thing. Adults should be parents and not just friends of their children, and that's so true. Now, we're not going to act like they don't need an ear or a shoulder, but at the same time, they need discipline, they need guidance. And that's what we as adults are supposed to be doing. And, it's so important that we give them time, we give them what they need so that they can be somebody. If you have a 14, 15-year-old skipping school and going to their buddy's houses, right, what we doing about it? Are we addressing the situation? What about the house that they going to, being allowed to skip at? Is that okay? Is the parent or the guardian or whoever the adult is of the household, are they taking responsibility? Because I know if I walk in the house and I see some kids that's supposed to be in school at my house, oh, y'all gotta go. I probably want to know who I could call to find out where you supposed to be, because they need to know that you ain't where you supposed to be. You ain't not at school. But my kids know better than that. They ain't even gonna try nothing like that because they already know. My mom gonna flip out. Next, what house we could go to? Even if they tried, they know that I bet not find out. Because I'm going up to the school. I'm the mom. I'm coming with the curlers, the house coat, everything. I'm embarrassing you. You never doing that again. Y'all. My mom crazy. Please don't. I can't be involved. And that's what some of these kids need, is to feel like somebody cares. A lot of people don't show that they care. It's a lot of whatevering going on. Do what you want. That is not the way it should be. You have to readjust, learn how to parent and be a friend to your kids. Come on. We, I don't know, y'all. It's just more important to some people to be seen as the friend. I don't know why. I really don't. That's If that was the case, we wouldn't even have the title as mother and child or father and child. We would literally be we would literally just be called friends. I think it's about the house structure and how they are being raised. Some parents are just fed up with the screaming and yelling and repeating themselves, and there is no father figure in the homes. That's a fact too. A lot of homes do not have father figures, and that takes a toll on our youth. Not having a man to look up to, or not having a father figure to tell the young woman how beautiful she is and what's expected of her and how a man should treat her and show her. Those are definitely some of the reasons that our young ladies fall victim to a lot of the things that they do, that being taken advantage of by men and looking for a father figure just because they have not had one. Same thing for our young men. A lot of them haven't been showed how to treat a woman. So they just going by daily routines on what they seeing on movies, or what they are being showed by people who aren't good role models. Um, Having a father figure in a home is a very, very important, um, very, very important in every household. A lot of our men are being incarcerated or just broken down so that they don't seem to be as important as they are. And the man in the house, period, no matter what race he is, as long as he's a positive role model and a father figure for the child, I think it is very important that he should be there to guide our youth and to make sure that they are growing up and being shown the proper ways to do things. I know for it's very important that our young men are learning how to open the doors for our older people, not just our women, period, but giving respect to our elderly. And some people aren't teaching their kids just simple things like that. It's plenty of times I am in a store and a guy will come in, car running, and reach right past me like, "Hey, let me get a Bluntville, let me get a Dutch, let me." So disrespectful, like I'm not standing here just because your 1 second is not more important than the people that are here in line. But again, that is stuff that is taught in the home or some type of etiquette. I think that is very, very important. Hey, Janae, I think it's very important that our youth are taught, even if it's just a teacher. We don't have many male teachers in the schools, but it should be. We don't have many male figures in after school programs, but it should be. And the ones that we do have are so low. Um, and I think that they should be acknowledged more. We should know that these programs and that these men who are here to help, that are here to help, hey, Nye, are our these men that are here to help our youth are being acknowledged, and that we know which way to guide and send them to. There are a few programs that help our youth, but again, they're not talked about. We only hear the negative things that they are doing, so we don't know um, when and where we should go. Uh, and a lot of our youth are just misguided. You know, I just really think that if we had programs that were advertised as much as the negative, we would have places for these youth to go, and we don't. So if you have a youth program or something that is for the youth, please make sure that you put your link or something down there in the comments so that we can pass this information on and let people know how to get in contact or what to do so that they can get their kids involved in something. Again, if we don't know, it's hard for us to do so. Um, Sorry, our guest is here, and I just wanted to make sure she's getting into the right place. um, but again, I think that it is very, very, and families need to go back to church. If that's your what your outlet is and your religion and what you think is important, that is definitely important. I think that I think that you should third floor, honey. Um, I think that we should all look forward to putting some type of positivity out. That should be the next thing that we do, is something to focus on getting our youth involved into something. There's so many free programs, and we don't always know where they at. The Challenger definitely puts a lot of free stuff out. It's event pages that uh, will allow us to advertise and let us know who's doing what and where. A lot of reasons that we can't get our youth to be involved in stuff is because we are not aware. So let's make awareness one of the most important things that we do. If you hear something that's going on and you know somebody that needs to be involved, tell them, take them. We used to get so sad to say, to only like TikTok, not Facebook. That's true too. Everything is on TikTok now. So start posting it on TikTok. When you see something that's happening that the kids should be at, post it, share it, tell them this is where it's happening at. We not promoting positivity as adults either. We are completely acknowledging the nonsense that they do, and it's not cute. I see a lot of adults doing all of those crazy challenges. A lot of them is just walking around oblivious to the actual things that are happening in society. Nobody is caring. And TikTok is showing us that it used to be for kids. Before the pandemic happened, TikTok was for kids. And then we got locked in the house, and all of the adults was the downloading TikTok. And then they took it over. And before you knew it, TikTok was where everybody was sharing and blowing up and going completely crazy. That's where everybody learning how to cook now, dress, vacation, everything you need. You got now. Which girl? Where you see that at? TikTok. Like nobody is using their brains anymore. Nobody is actually doing no research on how to do anything. And what do you think our youth are watching? They watching us not take the steps to do the appropriate things. So we got to take responsibility and start being better at what we do in life and making sure that we are giving um, our youth something positive to be looking at. So if you have something positive going on again and would like to advertise here on our show, please contact us so we can do so. We need to get our youth involved in music, in more than just sports. We need to get our kids involved in things. How many you send kids outside now and they be talking about ain't nothing to do? I remember we used to just play tag, just running around chasing each other. Ain't had no point, no purpose. We was having fun. We had something to do. Nowadays, you send them kids outside, they are bored. And it's a billion things to do. We're not even giving them anything. You got to watch what kids watch on TikTok. There are some inappropriate content on there. Yes, that's for sure. It's a lot of nonsense on TikTok, on social media, period. You go type in one word looking for Hershey's Kisses. Before you know it, it's all kinds of kisses coming up, not just candy. You know what I'm saying? So, and this could be something that a 3-year-old is typing up. I want a Hershey's Kiss, thinking it's going to tell them how to get to the store. But instead, it's telling them how to kiss. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to everything that they are doing. Again, I remember when my mother was in everything. My mom used to check my pockets before she put my clothes in the washing machine. We not checking nothing. We not checking nothing. Our kids should be afraid to do some of the things that they do because I remember I would not be even cursing on the bus because I didn't know if my mother knew the lady that was sitting on the bus. I was too afraid. Hey, our guest is here today. Come on in, have a seat. I didn't know if my mother knew the bus driver, the lady sitting next to us. I didn't know who my mother could have known. And I didn't want to embarrass her or get embarrassed myself because by the time I got home, that phone would be ringing. Here you go. The house phone. Can you hear yourself? Hello? What about now? No, I don't. Sorry, y'all. Is it this? Maybe? No. Hold on. We're going to get you on in 1 second. Jay? But yeah, it just is too much. Y'all already know how, if you had an involved parent, your mom or dad or aunt or uncle or grandmother or whoever was taking care of you, your guardian was in your business when we grew up. We wasn't allowed to just do what we wanted to do. You couldn't just be at home relaxing and chilling and your friends coming over. My mom needed to know everybody's name. She needed to talk to everybody mother. She wanted to make sure that it was okay, who you was. Dog gonna have to make basically fill out an application to come and play. Pretty much, yeah. Like, I missed a lot of kid parties just based on that alone. Yes. Like even still today, Kariba, you already know. It's so many parents that'll drop their kids off and don't even have to see you. Talk to you on a text message. We talked about that. A text message, you, hey, my daughter coming over. We having a play date. Yeah, we having a play date, and that's it. You don't want to see me. You don't want to know who's here. You don't want to know who's in my house. You don't want to know anything. You're just gonna drop your child off. Like, come on, y'all. We gotta be more involved. We gotta pay attention to what's going on. Jay, we just gotta be more mindful about our kids and when what we could do. Nye said, hello, guest. Just a second, we're gonna get her all hooked up and she's gonna be able to speak in a second. Okay. But can you hear yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Okay. Good. All right, come on, move over a little bit so they can see you. All right, y'all. You can go ahead and say hello.
Hello
to the
everyone.
people. Introduce yourself.
My name is Sydney Brooks. I am the owner of See Me Apparel Project, and I came here to be a guest on T.O.L.L Talks. Looks like we got some good content today, so I'm just looking at
Right. So just to catch you up, we just really talking about how we could save our youth, things that we could do, what's happening, what's going on, the problems that they are facing, and what we could do to actually be more part of the solution. And because a lot of people are the problem, and we haven't taken responsibility for actually saying that we as adults are the problem, and let's get to the bottom of how we can fix it. What it is, what can we do to actually save our youth? Some of y'all don't realize, y'all know our youth is our future, right? Y'all know they're gonna be taking care of us, right? So if we don't pour into them right now, what we gonna have later?
Right.
We're gonna have a whole bunch of kids or adults who don't care about us. If we ain't giving them no care right now, why y'all think they're gonna care about us later? Especially these gonna be our CNAs, our doctors, our lawyers, our judges, our everything. I mean, it is no profession that we can't say. These are our future, and how are we going to help them? All right, we got Say. Ty says, yes, you don't see the kids playing outside. They're on their games or their phones in the malls fighting. Come on now. As soon as they gathering together, they fighting. Every single time.
I mean, because we used to fight. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up, train station was lit. So we can't act like, we can't alienate them and act like what they're doing to a degree is not normal, but the degree that they're taking it to is too far. So that's what we have to curtail, because they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but they need to have that base that brings them back. And we We've known this since an old tale. You raise a child in a way that they shall go, and they will return back to it. But we got to do something to get them to have that base, because we got to expect for things to happen. Shoot, we as adults don't always do the right thing either.
That's true.
Even being grown. So we don't want to alienate them, because as soon as you start wagging that finger, y'all did this, y'all did it, you close everybody's ears. Nobody want to listen. So we have to find a way to let them know that, okay, understandable, that is something that happens. You're allowed to get angry. You're allowed to sometimes, have a whatever. But there's got to be a way to say, hey, come here.
Right.
Because that's what they need.
That's right. They need discipline. They need love. And that's another thing that we're trying to do here. So we're trying to bridge the gap that is between everything. It is so many gaps between our society, adults and children, racial gaps. You know what I mean? There is gaps in just oh my goodness, I can't even get it out.
Within our own community, we categorize each other by money, by color, by what area you from.
Mm-hmm.
We do need to find a way to bridge those things, because a lot of that stuff, we have to understand, that comes from pride, and that comes from a need to have pride. Yeah, I'm from here. Yeah, I look like this. Yeah, I have that. So it's got to be a way for everyone's pride not to clash against each other.
Exactly. That's so true. We got Kariba who says that's how these kids are getting taken advantage of. Parents aren't involved, just trying to get rid of their kids to live in their lives. Yes, that goes back to what we were talking about, text messaging and not paying attention to who our kids are even going to see and what they're doing when they get there. We don't know who's in the home, who's talking to who, what they are seeing, just period. You don't know if you're dropping your kid off to a place where they selling drugs in there or selling each other.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Some of the kids, they come and you bring a gathering of kids together, you don't know what these kids have experienced.
That's true.
So that's another thing. I personally have kind of considered this situation before, and I really feel like we should have a community babysitting outfit, though. Something that could be nonprofit, but the people that do the babysitting get paid. That way they're all in the facility. If you don't want to watch your kids, bring them here. Bring them here, because somebody do want to watch them.
Right.
And you can't change those people. If they want to go out and get high, drunk, whatever, they're not going to stop wanting to do that. But if you give them a good place to take their kids to, then their kids won't be subjected to all that stuff, and they will grow up better. It'll help. I can't say it'll solve the problem, but it'll help.
It help. That's right. And that's all we're trying to do is help. And in a positive way. That's the most important thing, is that it will be in a positive way, because we will be putting something in our kids. We will be pouring positivity into them, instead of, again, just them looking up something on TikTok or YouTube or whatever social media outlet that they prefer to look at. You know what I mean?
You can't really even X the social media out all the way, because it's the way of the world now. So what we need to do is have somebody get a program. These things are allowed. I don't know exactly how, like, the things, but there's ways to block certain stuff or whatever. So when they're there, okay, you could be on YouTube if you want. See how long you gonna be on YouTube when you gotta learn ABCs all day. Mm-hmm. Then you probably gonna find that you will get up and go play.
Right.
Because that's what I do. My son, he is only 2. He just turned 2 a couple days ago. He grabbed my phone. He got a tablet. He be on the tablet. But guess what? He started acting crazy. I put all that stuff away, and now he done found something to do. We're playing with the toys. You just gotta take it away from him. Yep. For real. But you have to replace it with something constructive. Constructive is something that you can pay attention and bond with them with, because that bond is gonna take care of everything. If you want somebody to listen to you, they have to care about you and know that you care about them first. You could be as tough as you want to. You can hand out all the ass whooping, excuse my French, that you want to. That's not it. When that child bonds to you, they're going to listen. That's right.
That's so true. We also got, I was just thinking about when you said how you take away the tablet and everything. We need to do that. Remember, as we were growing up, they used to tell us that watching too much TV will fry your brain cells. Now,
mess up your eyes.
It was a point in time where they literally had the kids on screen for 8 hours a day. And then they would have to get off screen and do their homework for a couple hours. And then they would be able to screen a couple more hours, because now it's YouTube and TikTok and whatever else time. So literally all day was just screen time. So what happened to it's gonna fry your brain cells. What just happened? That they just allowed that to be what was happening on society, like with our children. This is exactly how they supposed to
that's why
learn.
I don't trust the healthcare system, the CDC, and all that. They tell you what they want, and then 10 years later, it's oh my bad.
Do it this way.
Yeah, if you, it's a lawyer on a commercial that you can call because we fucked up. That's definitely not how we need to do it. We have to start having and being able to rely on ourselves because they're gonna tell us what they want. And the truth is, for our culture, for our people, we are the most discriminated against when it comes to healthcare. So I don't trust nothing these motherfuckers say. And let's not forget the Tuskegee experiment because I wasn't there, but I did not forget.
That is true.
I don't trust none of this shit. We need to start.
That is a good movie. First off, if you if you don't want to read, watch the movie, okay? Because it is so many important things. Now, of course, they left a lot of facts out and they changed some things up, but it still gets you thinking about what happened back in the day and the things that they did to our people. Like it is some really, really messed up things that they did to our people, especially how even as far as child labor. Do you know that they don't even, we getting off topic real quick. I just want to say this. But do you know that as a Black woman, they give us less pain medicine because they feel that we can endure pain more than other races? So they don't allow us the same type of cares that they allow other people. Again, that's just like saying that's why we go. It just break it down a little bit more, like why we endure so many things here in our community and then whatnot is because they feel that we could take it, like even all the way back to slavery days. Look at all of the stuff that they made us do. Like we outside in the hot sun picking cotton and doing all of this work and everything. Like we weren't people too. You know what I'm saying?
Take care of our kids and their kids.
Hello. And making us neglect our children. We weren't even able to take care of our children the correct way. This is why it's so hard to get away from not taking care of our children the right way. And that's why I think we should make sure that that is our priority, is to make sure that we do.
When you think about that, when you, not even interrupt me, but when you think about that just now, when you said that, we were bred to take care of others and other races before we take care of our own. And that is inbred. That's ingrained in us from hundreds and hundreds. And that's a big part of the problem. We keep wondering what's the problem, what's the problem, what's the problem, what's the problem. It's a bunch of shit that's the problem. But the main problem and why we don't take care of ourselves first is because we were taught not to.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Come on. My girl up here saying some true stuff. Yeah. I'd say definitely take advantage of a few after school programs or community programs provided by Osborne, NAACP, and I know there are others out there. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate that. Anybody who don't know, take advantage of those. Digital dementia is real. Look into that. That's what they are trying to do to these kids out here. Come on.
I never heard of that, but that sounds real accurate. So I'm gonna look at it. I'm definitely gonna look at it because what?
Yep, no, it is.
And it kind of makes sense because, like we said, these kids is out here doing all this stuff. They stealing cars, fighting, and all this other stuff. But where are they picking this stuff up from if they on the damn phone all day?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they seeing. This is what's okay.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I see Facebook this morning. I had to hop off because that shit was crazy.
This is what is okay. It's like the regular, and a lot of things that we be wondering, like why kids do that, why they doing this, or how come, where do they? A lot of stuff is being shown and taught in the home. It's not like they just picking it up from nowhere. A lot of this stuff is being shown in the home. We are okay, and I see videos all of the time on my personal page of little kids twerking, little girls, and you hear the mom in the background, go. Why is that being promoted? Why is our little girl sitting? Bothers me. I mean, it makes my blood boil to see a little girl sitting on a grown man's lap. Yeah, I just posted that the other day. Like, it annoys me. I just can't understand why that would be okay for a young girl, a young boy.
That shit makes me uncomfortable just seeing it though. Like, okay, and I went to a barbecue some years ago, and I guess they was all cool. I was somebody's plus one. So I'm looking, and the dude is playing with this teenage girl and tickling her and all. What the fuck is this? I said, you know what? But her mother was right here. What the fuck?
What could you? But see, that's honestly, You can say, what could you do? But we could have stopped the situation. And that's what I keep on saying. That is a lot of the problem of what is going on in society. And I don't mean to single you out, but I'm just saying that is the reason I think we all need to say something. When we see something, people not saying nothing no more about when they see something wrong. We just turn the blind eye and we talk about it, and nobody is doing anything about it. Now, again, her mom was right there.
Right, and that's exactly why they said it. Because if her mom wasn't there, it was just her by herself. I was like, hey, something. But when the parent is there, it's like, what do you really say?
Just maybe something to just deter or change the situation. Maybe just something serious. Hey, baby, could you go grab me a pop? You know what I mean? Yeah, just to change the situation. We ain't gotta, you know what I mean? Like, again, because society has made us so defensive about our children and the way we react to each other when sometimes we really just looking out. You know what I mean? But at the same time, instead of just not doing nothing, it's always something that could be done.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hold on. We got some comments.
Yeah, and I think that was good though. I'm actually glad I said that because in my mind there was nothing I could do, but that was a learning point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. All right, we got movies are definitely eye openers. Some people don't realize that until someone breaks it down. Come on, this is true. I could go on and on. My friends be like, "Girl, be quiet," because you just. Okay. You right, Ty. Sometimes Hollywood hides some of this stuff, but as you get older and watch the movie again and actually break it down, you see a lot of it. I watch a lot of old movies and go back like, what? Listen, when The Color Purple came out again, I didn't watch The Color Purple at least 100 times in my life, and I knew the words and everything. But when I watched the new Color Purple, I had to go back and watch the first Color Purple again. And I sat back like, I didn't even realize, because they changed a couple things. I liked how it ended and everything. But it made me like, I didn't even realize that was that this was happening like that. Yeah, just so young, and the movie is what it is. Like, even funny movies, you know what I'm saying? You go back and watch a movie like, oh, that's what they meant by this. But it's just so many times, like you said, Hollywood hides so much stuff right in plain sight, and we don't even pay it no attention.
And it be true. I was just talking to my friend maybe about a week or so ago about how you notice in all the police movies, it's always some corrupt government every single time. I don't think I've ever seen a movie where the police or the government or the CIA is involved and it ain't some fuck shit going on. It's always somebody
they be telling us the truth.
They always taking money, taking somebody drugs, being the head behind the whole operation and all. They don't want to put it, and that should be true.
We got what's the new game that the kids is playing? My daughter always asking me for money for Roblox.
I'll tell you right. As soon as you said money, I'm like Roblox.
Yeah. This Roblox game, so my teenage daughter had to come to me like, "Mom, listen, I don't want her playing that no more because they got chat rooms where people be sending the kids friend requests and faking. They make kid figures and send requests and stuff for the kids. And I'm like, I thought this was completely for kids. This is something that they supposed to be doing. Again, Predators is out all of the time, and they finding any kind of way to catch our babies.
Yep, any type of way.
And if you ain't paying attention and we ain't alert and making sure that we watching, they is getting our kids. Oh, yeah. You got to educate.
I check my daughter's phone, like how people check their nigga phone. Nah, I'm gonna check my daughter's phone. Yeah, me too. Let me see that phone real fast.
Me too. And anything I catch my homegirls be on. Hey, you seen her and posted that video on tell her.
I don't look that. I done took screenshots, send it to the other parent. Did y'all notice what's going on?
That's right. That's right. And that's what we got to do. We got to start looking out for one another. Like, because sometimes some people just do be unaware or just oblivious to what's happening. Some people don't think that their kids will do certain stuff. Some people just think like, oh, my daughter doesn't. Oh, my son would never. Here's the proof, honey. We have video footage showing this X, Y, and Z happening. We got to start again. It takes a village, y'all. We got to do something. We got to say something. All right, let's get back to the comments. Facts, that's not okay. Mad weirdos on the internet, and it promotes the wrong image as if twerking is something that should be on the internet and it's something that should be done, especially at a young age, and it shouldn't be done. Nor should I be on the internet. That's a fact too. Ain't no reason these babies should be going famous, having 44,000 views, or somebody watching the 4-year-old twerking.
She got a TikTok, so she make dragon puppets. So she got a little dragon puppet community, and some days she stopped it because I had to end up kept checking her because she kept saying, "Well, mom, I have 100 views or followers or whatever it was." She was called. I said, "No, we don't. It doesn't matter how many of those you got. Let me tell you, I'm not trying to shoot the wind off your sails, but that's not an accomplishment. It's cool, but it's not an accomplishment. Go ahead, cut that shit short right now."
Again, another one. I remember growing up, my mother's favorite line is, "I don't care. You kill me trying to follow the Joneses. You trying to do what everybody else doing and not what you supposed to be doing." I stuck to that. That's kind of stuff that I'm not big on doing what everybody else doing. That's what y'all doing? I'm gonna ride my wave on over here like this. That don't fit into what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of our youth, especially, not happy within themselves. They too busy trying to fit into what is the box that is categorized as what's popular right now, and that's so far from what our youth need to be focusing on. And we not making them. Huh?
That's because shit like that causes depression. Because you ain't got the new Balenciaga shoes. Now you gonna jump off the bridge and shit though. Like that's not that's a problem.
Here's a good one. There's a good rapper called Tom McDonald, and his song, and his song he made was called "Blame the Rappers." And his song, he breaks down that these rappers do and that the kids pick it up. So blame the rappers. Great song. It speak truth and all his songs do. I'm gonna have to look into him. Okay, but that's a fact though too. They imitating these rappers. Most of them are adults. They imitating what we as adults are doing. Like literally, that's what I'm saying. We have to take fault and our responsibility for what we are showing our kids. We not showing all positivity. We have to make sure. Like I see so many grown women at a kid's birthday party with your whole ass, everything hanging out that should be covered up. It's a 4-year-old birthday party. I get it's 90 degrees outside, but they got appropriate dress attire that you can wear. That you
don't have to have your body out. No. If you really got, a figure or whatever, you don't even have to.
You don't even got to show it. You can see it.
Put on a nice maxi dress, a nice summer dress, and still be presentable. And then when you go drop your kids off, then put them booty shorts on, though. It's totally fine.
Right.
But it's a place and time for
everything. Exactly. So again, if we not showing the right things, how do we expect our kids to actually do the right thing? If your favorite auntie is at the barbecue with her booty hanging out fixing plates, I mean, come on, y'all. At the 4-year-old birthday party. Not the 14-year-old. That's still inappropriate because now we got young boys that's eyes gawking out looking at the older aunt or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like again, we got to take responsibility and start doing that was appropriate in front of our youth's eyes. Facts that in music you listen and reread back when you were older, old music as well. You didn't realize that's what they were saying. Oh yeah, back to the comments.
Because I was just talking about some 90s stuff. Listening to what was I listening to? Escape, You're My Little Secret.
Yeah, come on. Our songs was classy, nasty. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just come right out and say these songs be real blunt and like, hey, let me take you in the room and bend you over. Like, whoa, wait a minute, don't sing that, don't say that, don't do. You know what I mean? Somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
Yeah.
I ain't know that meant what that meant. I remember my mother asking me what somebody, I'm like, duh, Ma, when you knock some boots together, duh. I got older, 16, 17, like, oh my God, I was such a stupid kid. I had no business singing that and then telling my mother that's what it meant. But again, now you know what it means. These kids is saying words like, whoa, don't say that. You too young to even.
And you gotta explain it. And that's another thing that I don't understand why people are not uncomfortable with because, I'm pretty liberal as far as speaking, but explaining my daughter and making sure she understands certain stuff that's being, I don't want to do that. Not at her age. She 11. I know we getting there. I need a little more time.
Listen, as a parent, I get that, but We got to address situations before somebody else addressed the situation. Again, I can only talk about me personally. I remember so many things in life. I asked my friends, they what they think I should do about something, and we done did the stupidest thing that ain't had nothing to do with what I should have did, instead of just asking somebody that knew better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and that's what our youth doing. They asking each other. They figuring it out. They YouTube, Googling, and trying to figure out the answer and stuff. And if we just had an open opportunity, a door for the kids to feel that, come to me. Come to me instead of just, hey, ask your other friend that ain't got no clue what they should do.
Going on right, or done heard something wrong. Mm-hmm. Because I remember getting bad advice as a kid too. So man.
Okay, we say, yeah, I had to put on Maddie in control for Naomi's freaking phone, and I had to put WebGuard and stuff. And yeah, we was worried about the roadblocks. I was one of her favorites. It was one of her favorites, and I just found out that they had a room as well a few weeks ago. Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird that on a child's game that they would try to take advantage.
Try to take advantage of them, yeah, and then you got them think they cool because a lot of them, because some of these kids don't have friends. I know when my daughter was in 4th grade, she had a problem that year with making friends. So imagine a kid like that thinking they found a friend on Roblox, they get them to do all this stuff because they ain't got no friend, and now they didn't put them in a messed up situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I seen a 6-year-old repeating Megan and Glorilla music and all these other music and dance like, why you know these lyrics? Yeah, because they got a beat to them. Ain't nobody made no hot ABC song yet.
Yes, they did.
Who?
Oh, yes, they did. Jules TV, Marcellus, and Akunda and Friends, which is actually Afro beats. Bino and Fino, I'll tell you a list because we do this all day.
No. I'm not saying, okay. I don't mean to say nobody. I'm sorry. I'm talking about these rappers and these rappers that these kids listening to. Nobody has done anything that's going to make them want to learn yet. Again, the positivity that we as adults are putting out there for our youth, it ain't what it is. And again, what we going to do about it? This podcast, we talking today. We doing a lot of talking about what we can do, what we should do, what's happening. What are we gonna do though? Is anybody gonna put anything forward? Is anybody gonna put anything in motion to actually help and save our youth?
I keep saying let's make a group on Facebook, and I know that sounds like to make a group on Facebook, but no. What I want us to do is to collect the right people in one space. These type of minds all in one space will start making things happen. The problem is not that we don't, and there's not any of us, it's that we're spread out and we don't talk to each other. People like us don't go out trying to be in parties and clubs and talking about what's going to make our youth good. We at home or we're at work. So we need to get together in one space. If we get together in one space where we can talk when it's convenient for us, we'll figure it out.
That's so, yeah, we definitely need to do that. So if there's any other like-minded individuals that would love to save our youth, come on now, contact. So y'all already know. Let me put that down here.
Wax Me is around.
Who's that?
Watch Me, Wax Me. He was commenting earlier.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He
Bam.
He do all that stuff.
There's the number right there. If you want to get together, if you want to have a conversation, if we're trying to link up like-minded individuals that are trying to save our youth, come on out. This is the number right here. Call us and you're going to get me. And we're going to figure out a plan. We're going to put something together and we're going to get together and we're going to save our youth because that's the most important thing to do, y'all. I don't know if y'all ain't paying no attention or not, but this is our future. Man. This is our future.
Man. And it should go fast.
Ty, it starts in the home structures, but also there are some home structures that are broken, and the child that becomes a success is balanced with skills. But definitely start in the home. These kids can know the lyrics, but can't graduate and do the schoolwork. Yeah.
Well, let's get to them. Let's get to them, though. You know what I mean? We all got weird schedules. I'm not going to flex. I know I got a weird schedule, but a lot of people work 9 to 5. They can do after school. I know, if we got maybe like a place where we start working with these schools, if these kids is getting suspended, kicked out, bring that ass here. You're not about to sit at home and do nothing. Your ass on punishment. You're going to be on punishment and you're going to learn some shit. Since you don't want to learn schoolwork, all right, so let's work on financial literacy. Let's work on farming. Let's work on learning how to sew. Do you know how to cook? Let's go ahead and learn how to cook while you're not doing nothing. While you're not doing nothing, you're going to do something.
You're going to do something. Do you know that the craziest thing is these drug dealers out here are the greatest businessmen?
Mm-hmm.
They don't even realize how great a businessmen that they are.
Because they smart.
Yeah.
They were told they weren't smart in most cases.
So they put negativity
that
in it.
prison pipeline is a real thing, and that's what it is. And then that special education is bullshit. They go around and tell motherfuckers kids that they don't know nothing and that they can't do nothing, and they place a ceiling on their learning.
Yep.
As soon as you tell me I'm smart, there's no reason for me to
try to go no further.
So even though these kids are very smart and they're very talented, they're being told that they're not, or they're being showed that they're not, so they don't even activate.
Yep. Yep.
We gotta tell these kids we love them and tell them they're good at something.
We got Wash Me, Wax Me again. He said, Facebook, internet often suggests more of what you look up. So I say go on your kids' pages and look up positive things. Oh, come on now. And they will pop up in your kids' phone. Come on.
Why are we taking that phone?
That's right there. Now that's a fact. If while they sleeping up there, you looking up all of the stuff that they need to be looking, that's what's gonna be popping up for them to search.
Not they gonna soak it up or they gonna put that motherfucker down.
That's right. Now that's a fact. I like that. I love that.
I love that too.
I'm always around and down for anything. Just inbox me. I'm gonna.
I'm around for it.
So I also wanted to go back to it was something that we was talking about, the lyrics in these songs and how they can learn the lyrics and can't learn the schoolwork. I think that it's a different learning. See, I learned in school that it was different types of learning techniques. Some people learn by watching, some people learn by doing, and some people learn by like reading or something like that. It's different ways that people learn. They don't put kids in the classification of where and how they need to be taught no more. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do they used to break classes up in small groups, and you would switch off and do this and do that to see what worked for you. And they don't do that stuff no more.
Because we can't make them do it. I done already pressed my daughter's school before about, because they didn't have no social studies, science was an elective. What's going on here? I took her out. I'm not gonna flex. I took her out because that's not working for me.
That's
crazy. Trying to blame
it
on New York State. But okay, well, how about we sit them the same thing with the babysitting, the communities, and we make a community center. They can come after school.
Well,
they can go ahead and if they need to be babysat at night, come on.
Well, listen, check it out. I ain't get to the babysitting part yet, but T.O.L.L does have an essential class coming where we will be teaching the kids. See, the things that we as adults just assume the kids know, simple stuff. I keep on saying it, like how to make some mop water. I remember telling my 9-year-old, he's about 8 or 9, to go make some mop water. And we almost died because he mixed everything that was under the sink.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, what is that? He coughing, I'm coughing. What you done did? What's that? He like, I was making the mop water. Not like that. We ain't gonna survive with the mopping you finna do. But guess what? I had never taught him how to make mop water. I just assumed he knew how to do it. Some soap, some water, a little bit in there, or was gonna read the directions. No. But again, I didn't teach him that. I just assumed he knew. You know what I mean? And that's what we do with a kids a lot. We just assume. Go ahead.
I did that with my daughter with the dishes. It's so simple. I went from, I would make the water for her, and I stopped making. I'm like, go make the dishwater.
Come back, ain't no soap.
Why is my soap gone?
Because again, we didn't tell them exactly what to do. Our kids are empty bottles. This water bottle was empty before they put the water in it. It had to get filled with something, and that's what our kids did. We birth empty shells, and everything that we put into them is what they push out. What we putting in our kids, y'all? What are we pouring into them? I remember also one time in my life, I was working somewhere. I don't remember, but it was with older people. And this lady asked me, what was more important to me? Me or my kid? Who was first, me or my kids? And I kept on saying, my kids first. My kids is first. My kids is first. What you mean? She said, honey, you need to think about that. You got to be first. And I'm like, this old lady, what is wrong with her? She said, listen, I'm going to tell you now, if you empty, you can't pour nothing into nobody else. So you got to make sure you first. If you look good, you feel good, you do good, you send good, you give good. And I'm like, dang, you're right. That's our problem as a lot of adults also. we ain't pouring nothing positive into nobody because we ain't got nothing positive in us to pour. We so depressed and stuck down on all of the generational curses and just all of the things that are happening to us, society. Oh, my light's about to get cut off. Oh, my gas about to this, that, and the third. My man ain't calling me back. The job I wanted, this, that, and the third. So we taking it out on our kids. And again, we pouring all of the negativity into them. So where they giving it? At school, to their friends, in their homework, and everything that they do, they giving out the negativity that we giving them. So again, it took me all the way back as I got more into my motherhood. I thought all the way back to that lady telling me like, dang, she was right. I do got to pour into, I got to be better in me. I got to make sure that I look good so that I feel good so that I can help my kids do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, we not doing we're not doing the right because we don't feel right. And we got to start making ourselves feel right. I'm sorry, let's get back to the comments. Um, Ty, I always had a vision to start a program called Broken Chains. It would basically help kids and the youth learn basic life skills and career that they will have opportunities and get scholarships. Come on, let's get together.
And we need to do that. And that's one thing I want to do too, because while you were just talking, I'm not gonna lie, I was just thinking, and when you were saying about people feeling good and having things together, that shit does, it helps. Mm-hmm. It helps a lot. So if we with our center were able to even do kind of like, a lot of people complain about church and stuff like that, but collecting a pot that is an honest pot where, let's say one of our people of our community or whatever, they maybe possibly getting evicted or they get a light shut off or something like that.
Well, we can help
I'm not
out.
trying to be in their business because, I get it.
Pride.
No matter what, people do what they can do and they try to get over it, but you just provide that little bit. It don't take much. Your name and your address, with it, hey, you about to get evicted. Okay, let's go. We gonna go ahead and we just pay it directly. As a matter of fact, we don't even give you cash. We take the card that we use. Give me your bill, and the bill person, we gonna take care of it. That shit helps. That shit helps. And once you start doing that, you kind of give a person a moral obligation to want to pour back into the community that's helping them. Because if you helping me when nobody else is helping me, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna help. If I got any common sense, I'm gonna come back and help.
Right. Now, just to piggyback off what you was just saying, it is so crazy that it is so many programs out here that will help us and nobody knows about them. We got to start answering our phone and listening. We got to start reading the stuff that come homes in our kids' notebooks. Do you know it's places that will pay your light and gas bill? Nobody reads that stuff that come home in your kids' book bag. They send it home. It is places that send food home. They got a backpack club, book bag club, backpack club, or something like that. They send food home every Friday for the weekend for however many kids is in your home. But again, this is kind of the stuff that if you knew, you'd know, but they don't tell you. Or when they do tell you, you so busy not listening. A lot of us, how many times we see on our phone, oh God, that's the school calling those robocalls. But they calling to tell you something important sometimes. Sometimes it be some garbage that you ain't listening to, but sometimes they calling to tell you, hey, at City Hall, we doing this on a Saturday and we giving this away and you can sign up for this and we got something for people don't listen either. We as adults don't be paying attention. We be so busy and caught up and tied up in other stuff that we don't. Also, it's our pride. We got to stop being so prideful and start doing put our priorities first, because it's so many things. I used to be the parent, I don't know what it was called, I don't even remember the title, but I was like the facilitator at the school when my baby was in the CAO, and I used to have to bring the parents in, and it was so much money that they had for the parents to use, but guess what? I couldn't get the parents to come in to spend the money. They have grants that they literally set aside for parent clubs to use to do what the parents want to do. While your kid is at school, hey, we're going to provide funds as long as the lady of the program who was over the big boss, because when I get involved in something, I like to know who the big boss is. My girls will tell you, Shell is going to find out who the owner of some stuff is, okay? So I go to the big boss, and I'm asking questions. So what exactly, she said, listen, if you can give me a description on why, if you want to take your kid, it was as long as you wasn't going to a bar or a casino, anywhere across the city, they would allow you to go. So she said you had to give a description on why. She said, if you could prove to me on why your parent needed to go to the amusement park, then I'm gonna pay for you to take the parents to the amusement park. If you can give me a description on why you think these parents need a massage, then I'm gonna pay for the parents to go get a massage. Again, how many times they done told y'all to come to the program after school and you don't go? This is the stuff that they have, but nobody knows. And what happened? They roll the money back up, and then you like, why everybody riding around in new cars, and why everybody? Because they using the money that you ain't using. That's why. Everybody always talk about why such and such ain't doing nothing about the potholes. Why? Because don't nobody go to the community meetings when they talking about what we can do with the money in the community. When they talking about what we gonna do for we could get the money in this neighborhood, ain't nobody there. Nobody goes. I've been at those meetings and these color people don't be there. These color people be there. So that's why they be able to say what we gonna do with the money in our neighborhoods, because we ain't there to say what we want to do with the money in our neighborhood. I remember my son used to play football at the park on Sycamore. That was their home field. When the winter time came, about September, October, when it started getting dark around 5 o'clock, practice was over. They just got out of school, right?
Oh, wow.
Practice is over because ain't no lights in the park. You know how many times I went downtown to say something? My son just graduated high school and he been playing football since he was like 6. Oh. It still ain't no lights at that park. But you know why? Because who on Sycamore is going to a meeting about something that's happening on Sycamore? Yeah. That's why. But again, if you want something to happen, you got to say something. You got to do something. We as a people forget it's strength in numbers. Every time we watch a movie, we say, them slaves could have took that one man. It's strength in numbers, but they ain't know no better. They were so scared because they was being shown how. I ain't even going to get into that. We don't talk about that enough.
We need a tag team, though, because we need a team to show up to the meetings, because it's going to be some people that's good at that, and it's going to be we need a team to go ahead and do our own thing and get at that, because we need all the money. Yep. We need our money and we need their money too.
Okay. Time is winding down. Now let's finish up with these comments real quick. I thank y'all so much. I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in today. Thank y'all so much. Y'all come on back this week. First, before I get back to the comments, we have some teens that are coming in to talk about it's a lot of, I don't know why I didn't say this earlier, but y'all come back this week. It's some teens who got suspended. I think it's about 40 of them that they got suspended from high school, and they not trying to get them back into school. They not giving them no virtual learning. They not going to get them back in school. They're telling them basically, oh, well, I know if y'all paid attention to and watched the news last week, they was on the news talking about how they not going to school. It was a fight. They was trying to stop stuff. It was crazy. But again, these is our youth. If they not in school and they can't learn, what they going to do, y'all? Where they going to be?
Because if you don't send your kid to school, you going to jail.
But the school,
you going to kick, now in the reverse, you going to keep my kid from going to school. So what is the penalties? Because I'm pretty sure legally they got to go to school.
Not even forget what is the penalties. What are they going to do? We can't, what they going to do? Y'all giving them nothing but space and opportunity to get in stuff they ain't supposed to be getting into.
Yeah, now they got a full day. A full day and not doing nothing. That's what I mean. And then kids should be with us.
Right. But not only do they got a full day, they got a full day with the people that they arguing and fighting with to do whatever it is that they want to do. We not thinking, people. Like we not thinking. Send them home and leave them home, and we gonna have all of the smart kids stay at school. All of the kids who don't want to be a part. Like this don't make no sense, y'all. Come on. We need people. We need adults to say something. We need grown-ups to get up and say, like, this ain't right. The kids feel like we letting them down. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Like, oh, well, you can't go to school. Hello. All right, back to the comments. They have programs right now that assist and aid. Right, that's the thing. The awareness. When I find info, I share it. Also, another great program is the Saturday Academy. Come on. I love the Saturday Academy. Hello. They have so many dope things at school for the kids. Yes, they do. Kariba said parents need to make these kids work and stop just handing them everything, especially when they don't deserve it. No work effort is is ingrained in them.
That's a fact. But you know what this started it? And I tell everybody that motherfucking no kids left behind made everybody a winner. Whether you do bad or you do good, once we stop telling motherfuckers they wasn't doing a good job, That's where it started. And that.
Yep.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a culprit. I definitely be handing my kids all types of shit they ain't did nothing for it. And
All right,
I'm
y'all.
gonna work on it.
All right, y'all. Some of these programs are frustrating, especially DSF. If I need help, I need help. I shouldn't have to go through all these chains to show that I need help. I definitely like their idea to start something as a Black community to help each other. These Arabs and Muslims help each other out, barely struggling because they helping each other, taking our community and store. We need that in reverse. That is a fact too.
That's a motherfucking
That is a fact. We need to pay attention to what they do because they look out for each other.
Yeah.
They look out for each other way, way more than they live together.
And everybody do. And all the other
Every other ethnicity looks.
The only problem that there is in the Black community with it. For real, we the only ones that. But like I said, that goes back to the we were ingrained not to take care of ourselves.
Yep, to be independent. Y'all, I want to thank all the viewers for logging in. Tune in next week. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you for the way that you're thinking. I hope that everybody learns something. I hope that everybody is going to try to put forth the effort to do something positive with our youth. Again, contact us. We need like-minded individuals to make sure that we are making a positive change in our youth. Again, we thank you so much. Come on back this week and hear what our youth have to say about the things that's happening in our community. Again, we thank you so much and tune in as always, T.O.L.L Talks, and we love y'all. Good day.